I mean, those are encouraging, those ones, when you can sort of get it diving a bit like that.
It spins down, which is a win-win right out of the gates.
Yeah, like I feel like with these shorter shafts like this, or in the 3-wood, like I can whip it more, like whip my...
Yeah.
147 ball.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Episode 2, Michael, Club Fitting Roulette.
Back in the casino.
Where you handsomely held up the end of the bargain for us last time.
Problem.
Done a nice job. Mitch walked away empty-handed in terms of
money.
Club champion credit. It was $1,000 on the line, but he walked away with 20 extra yards on his driver.
Life-changing, some say.
I know. Some would say it's worth much more than $1,000.
That's a red 7. No problem.
Absolutely. So, guys, today we have Ben Grieve with us in the store. Not quite as long a journey as what Mitch had, the whatever it was, 18-hour round trip that Mitch had to get here. Ben is from Hamilton, Ontario. Nice to see you, Ben.
Thanks for having me on the channel.
You're absolutely welcome. You are no stranger to the Club Champion Fitting Studios. You were telling us you've been fit in the past by Dean for some of your stuff.
Yep. Yeah, back at the end of 2022 and then the beginning of 23.
Awesome stuff. Okay, and what did he put in there? Did he put the irons?
Yeah, so I've got wedges, irons, hybrid, woods, the driver, and the putter I had already.
Cool. Excellent, excellent. I think we always debate this when it comes to Club Fitting Roulette. What do you want to get fit for?
I want to get fit for a new driver, but I want to beat you with my wedges.
And that's the hard thing with wedges, isn't it? Criteria. What is the criteria?
Definitely.
Obviously, for better when it comes to wedges, obviously, you know, spin standard deviation. We look for gapping, all that sort of stuff. So, but the fitting roulette wheel is ultimately going to decide. All right, let's. We're screen recording. Let's see.
So close.
Oh, it did.
Wow, right on the edge.
It did. Wow. Okay. Driver.
Great.
Driver. Let me show you that, Ben. That is how that didn't end up fairways, I'll never know. All right. After the drama and excitement, we ended up in driver again. I think for the next video, sorry, Ben, if you were not looking to do driver today, but for the next video, we probably should eliminate driver.
Take driver
We're
out.
going to end up we're going to end up running through most of these being driver. But tell us about your Sim 2 Max.
Yeah, so I've been finding, I find it's very, very spinny.
Yeah.
Just because of my hand. I don't have a lot of sort of ability to use my hands at the bottom of the swing. So I end up kind of coming down on it a lot, which ends up popping it straight up. So over the winter, I got my club head speed up a bit, like 105, 107.
Good, Ben, that's awesome.
But the furthest drives I was hitting is like 240, 250 indoors, and then outdoors it's like 230 to 260 depending on conditions.
So the spin is the part that's kind of holding you back a little bit. With
I just sort of end up it either pops way up or it's just like a sort of low curly thing with a lot of spin. It just goes nowhere.
Okay, so you've got 10 AV raw white 65. Is that X or stiff?
X, yeah.
X. Okay, just trying to flight it a bit flatter. Is
Yeah,
that
I
the
mean,
idea?
I bought this used from someone else who was way better than I was, and I just never changed it. So
Awesome. What's the handicap at right now?
like 18, 19.
18. Good stuff. And where does your driver rank in amongst that level of play? Is it a little worse than that, or is it a little better?
I would
than that?
say I lose a lot of balls off the tee. I actually play 3-wood off the tee more often now. Just I find I can really I like the weighting of that TSR2, so I can really wail on it.
Is the length a benefit?
I hit the TSR2
as well?
farther than I hit this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, take us away. Show us what we've got to beat. So you've got 10-5, turned a little bit closed and a little bit upright, obviously trying to sort of get a little bit of that kind of higher closure rate.
And that was a newer thing, like in the last sort of couple of weeks I switched it to that. Before I was more just in like the standard but upright loft, and I was losing them a little bit left, so turned it in a little bit to sort of try and minimize that.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded more solid, Ben.
And that's kind of what I've been getting a lot of, is like, it's pretty straight. It's like fine from the whites, but
Well, that's a great strike. And obviously, you know, that's one of the The challenges that you're going to sort of, face a little bit with driver is just the kind of strike consistency and, getting sort of, club face to feel like it's kind of going to be delivered back to the same spot. So 101 miles an hour is really good club head speed, but there's, as you say, that's not high dynamic loft by any means. So to be spinning at 4,000, it's a little bit down.
Yeah.
But, there's certainly lots of room to make that better, Ben, that's for sure. So
I found with the sim that I had before, it was like no spin. Like when it would come off, it was like these sort of like out and then straight down kind of balls. With this, it's a lot more floaty.
Okay.
It looks good, and then you get there and it's only 220 yards away.
Yeah. All right, hit one more and then we'll get digging into the drawers, see what we can do.
It's steep, eh?
I don't feel like those are out of the toe that much, but
You thinking what I'm thinking, Michael? What are you thinking?
Triple diamond. I'd like to get weight forward. I know he's steep on it, but I'd like to see if you can play around with, like I get guys that are steep on it and I try to play around with spin first. That's my first goal. But I don't know. We'll see.
I would like to say for Ben, certainly at the gates, I think the dynamic loft number is a bit of a consequence of the open face. So I would probably like to get the face square first, see what the dynamic loft is with the face is square. So I think I'll probably start Ben in that Callaway Max D.
Yeah, really close it.
Yep.
I mean, I would love a lefty mini driver is what I'd like at 11.5 degrees. I think that'd be interesting, but we do not have that.
No, we don't. Okay, Ben. First little go around here, Ben. We're going to get the loft down. We're going to hopefully encourage the face to close a little bit. Moved you into VA Nemesis, one of the more higher balance point shafts with a little bit of a softer tip, something that you can kind of feel and be a little bit more active, and try to encourage what the head wants to do, which is obviously close. So let's see a few of this. It only came out flat, didn't it? Yeah, and initially we had talked about, Ben, trying to see what does the dynamic loft do when we square the face up. That's kind of, I guess, what we want to try and explore a little bit here. So I think the byproduct of getting you in this head will be lower dynamic loft. And if the angle of attack is what it is, and if it comes along for the ride and it kind of slightly levels out, we'll take that as a bonus because we'll just take that lovely spin loft window that we see, that kind of, plane that we create from that. So we'll just see that lovely, spin loft plane. So if you're right now a little bit down in the angle of attack and we're taking your dynamic loft to be 15, so say, 18 is the difference between those, and we tilt, so we keep it the same, we tilt it up. We're actually keeping the spin relationship the same. We're just going to get slightly more launch out of it, which was just going to be gravy on top of that. All right. Bit low in the strike, but more good stuff to come with this one.
it felt good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
2 weeks in a row, same driver.
Since I got fit into that TSR3 wood, like always, just like I want that swing weight and feel.
Yeah. Does this feel close to that?
Yeah, like I have a Ventus 6S in that.
Okay.
And this feels the same, like kind of like the heavier head, not as much weight on the shaft.
Got it.
Balls off the heel.
Good. Really good. What's your sort of initial thoughts on this one, Ben?
I like the feel of the shaft, like maybe a little bit. Like it feels like quite stiff, like here.
Yeah. Any counterbalance shaft. So, we're trying to give the club head that slingshot effect of we're going to slow down the handle, and there's going to be force applied into that golf club, and if you can't overpower the handle and sort of get it going that way, we'll actually get it into the head. We'll make it easier for the head to close.
Right.
I just think the biggest thing when we look at the shot dispersion that we were kind of seeing with the Sim 2 was just that occasional open face leading to high dynamic loft, high spin, obviously low ball speeds. I mean, we're almost at 10 miles an hour pickup in ball speed.
Yeah.
So it's good, and it's allowing you to free up. So you were obviously in a totally opposite shaft in that Tennessee white, you know, obviously.
Not
I
ideal.
think softer on the handles relative because it's an X-Flex, so it's probably still quite stout, but yeah, a little bit, probably just a bit too heavy. Okay, all right, that's a good start. All right, Ben, next up, a little bit of a shallower profile. I think sometimes when we get that low strike in the face, we can sort of just bring that face depth down a little bit. So G430 max. Obviously weight in the heel, trying to encourage a little bit of that face correction again, okay? See just the benefit of having that weight in the heel. Like that wants to go left, but it's trying so hard. Really,
Dynamic
really good.
loft come down.
Come down quite nicely. I think, coming down quite a lot. And actually attack is doing pretty good as well.
The head on this feels quite heavy.
Yeah, it's a heavier one. I wanted to check on the weight. They do obviously have different weights in this one, Ben. This is the 25 in it.
Yeah.
I'd probably like to see the 17 in there for you just to see if it feels like you can square it up easier.
That one a bit steeper on that one and got away with it.
Yeah. Can I steal that back 1 second? Ben, I'm just going to just play with the face angle just a little bit more. All right, Ben. Lightened up the head weight a little bit for you. Took the 25 gram weight out, popped a 19 gram in. I don't know, I'm kind of trusting that going lighter in the head weight will help with the closure rate because I've actually taken the head away from being a little bit closed back to neutral, seeing if that can bring down the spin just a little bit on this one. So let's see if that's a good match. Good looking flight. I mean, you can see it want to arch over now, which is good. Once it hits its apex, it's got a much better angle of descent.
And it's like my peak height. Good, or should I get
Not bad. I mean, 72. I guess we're indexing a little bit on the lower end of dynamic loft just because we are managing the steeper angle of attack. We obviously want to increase the ball speed as much as we can, flatten or decrease spin. That can often be at times at the launch angle coming down a little bit. So once you catch it a touch higher in the head, that's still 5 millimeters low.
Yeah.
Catch it a touch higher in the head, you'll be golden. Overall, how does this compare in weight to the
It feels
Callaway?
feels lighter than the Callaway. Feels much more similar to what I'm already playing, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
Or that like lighter. I thought I liked it more. I don't know. I don't know what the weighting is like on that TSR2. I think I like that Callaway a bit better than this, but
Sounded better.
It did sound pretty good, but it's just squeezed a little bit.
Different shaft in the Max D.
Okay, Ben, back to the Callaway head, VA Villain. So obviously we tried Nemesis, we had the higher balance point. You said you felt stiffer in the handle. We'll take a bit of the stiffness out the handle and we'll actually take some weight off the shaft as well. Down to 45 on this one. A little bit in the heel.
yep, a little bit in the heel. Felt like maybe my grip was slipping, but
I mean, actually done remarkably well for you, that one. I mean, only
I find with these grips, like when I was doing my other fitting, switching from these to those like stickier grips was like a huge difference in just like mostly like swing confidence, like how hard I felt I could.
Yeah. I was going to say that sounded
felt
really
good.
solid. Certainly the
More
spin
out
got
of it,
down there, Ben.
Yeah, that felt really good.
When you've been working on your swing and stuff like that over the winter time, did you kind of play around with anything with ball position, setup, trying to get a work in the angle of attack?
Yeah, I mean, I've always sort of found that I don't hit the driver super well indoors. I think because I get my alignment a little bit off.
Okay.
I tried moving the ball like a little bit more in the middle, not as far forward, because if it's too far forward, I just can't reach with my inside arms. So I started moving a little bit back, and I was getting a little bit more of that sort of positive attack angle, and then
Good.
the summer hit and I'm hitting balls outside. So it's just
Yeah, we default back
I
to
don't have a launch monitor to tell me when it's up and when it's down.
Well, I mean, work away, chip away at that yourself, and just how you work through your setup. You know, just I would say keep that in mind for angle of attack because it will make a huge difference. Like when we see their ball speed go up to 149, and spin coming down to 2300, the only thing missing from that being a 270-yard drive is launch angle. That's all.
I don't know what it is. I think I'm just like really not feeling. I don't know if it's the grip is really slippery.
Sure.
But
Okay, we'll switch out.
But that shaft did feel really good. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that one felt okay. The distribution of the weight and stuff like that was pretty good there.
Felt good. And like the most of the strikes, like it didn't really feel. Like it felt good off the face, even on those toe ones.
All right, Ben. Couple of modifications. We've taken it down 3/4 of an inch. We've changed grip. So again, just trying to kind of give you that feel of control. Like you said, you love your 3-wood.
Yeah.
You really enjoy how you hit that when you hit a couple there, actually really, really nicely. And it's behaving like a 3-wood, even, you know, just maybe a little spinny, but ball speed was really, really good.
Yeah,
certainly higher, like you said, than your Sim Max, Sim 2 Max. So let's hit a couple with this one. Let's see if that shorter length helps you with the strike. Solid. I mean, those are encouraging, those ones, when you can sort of get it diving a bit like that.
It spins down, which is a win-win right out of the gates.
Yeah, like I feel like with these shorter shafts like this, or in the 3-wood, like I can whip it more. Like whip my...
Yeah.
147 ball.
Okay, I'm going to borrow that one a second. I'm just going to add a fraction more loft. Okay, added some more loft back on. It's a little face closure. Should hopefully help us with a bit more of that launch angle so we can sneak it towards double digits here.
Am I just leaving the face way open at impact?
On that one, yeah, face open a little bit there. I think when it's just getting a fraction steep, so you're kind of just squeezing it out to the left. Good looking there, Ben.
Yeah, that's like my more normal. If I hit it good.
Good.
That felt good.
Nicer flighting out of the gates. You know, the weight in the heel.
Yeah. Good solid contact.
A nice strike.
Yeah, nice access in the higher part of the head there, Ben.
Yeah.
Obviously dropping some ball speed, but getting the launch conditions much more on our side. The only worry with TSR3 that it just might not be corrective enough.
Yeah.
Really good on the good ones. It just might not have enough correction.
Yeah, and that speed, I mean, some of the good strikes, that speed's not where we've seen, you know, AI smoke or even the ping driver.
And how is this head different than like the TSR2 head?
Adjustable CG. So the TSR2 obviously has the CG deeper and further back.
Yeah.
Makes it much more forgiving. It's a little bit more straightforward and that's kind of higher launch, but it just doesn't have the CG adjustment. So in this, we've got the weight in the heel so that the center strike and toe strikes behave with more sort of obviously rightward spin.
Yep.
Trying to kind of just always stay away from that left side.
Felt good.
Okay, let's pop you back. I want to pop back into that AI smoke one more time. Okay, Ben, I think we're pretty close to final spec here. We've got grip that you really like. I mean, we went a little bit shorter, but I didn't really see kind of offering that much. Yeah. I think weighting is honestly the biggest thing. I think that Max D head gives us that rate of closure that we really like, but at 9 degrees gives us the spin and ball speed that's going to help us hit it that bit further as well. Let's see a few with this, make sure we're on the right track. I mean, that's a great miss. Hear it, just a little toy, little pitchy. That set off so good.
Our line was good.
That's my first face closed hit like all day. That one slipped in my hand there.
Sounded like a cleaner strike.
Let me borrow that one a second.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I've got that set in a good spot.
I think I'm also just getting slower.
This looks like it's setting off like down
Yeah.
the centre stripe, doesn't it?
I'd say in terms of like feel, I think the one with the LA golf shaft felt the best.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like it's just so stand out. This one.
Is that this one?
Yeah. Like ball speed's good. Spin obviously keeps it towards 3.
Right out of the gates was good. I mean, even look at the carry difference.
Okay, let's hit a couple more with this one. But I mean, I'm pretty confident that kind of, you know, without wearing you down too much here, I'm pretty confident this is going to be something you could really build some confidence with, Ben.
Yeah.
It's so solid, isn't it?
Like I don't feel like I'm hitting some of those that bad.
No, I mean certainly there's plenty of ball speed coming out it. I think with a new driver being in what you've been in 65X, there's just going to be a period where you've got a driver that was weighted better, that's designed for a little bit more closure, and it's just almost just got to get familiar with it.
Yeah.
I think that's just going to be part of the process. But obviously, as we can, as we see in the numbers, just if we line them up, I mean, it should allow you to get a little bit more club head speed, be more efficient with the speed that you've got. I think if over time we can get comfortable being a little less down, I mean, that's probably from where you started even, I think it's probably a fatigue thing over time. Look at the first few swings you made, actually you hit up slightly.
Yeah.
Then you were a little down, and then into what we're seeing kind of right now, which is about 4 degrees of difference from where you started. That itself is going to sort of obviously have that effect of launch coming down, spin coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to give us one more for the road?
Yep. I believe in myself.
That was a good one. Really nice, Ben. Well done.
Good swing.
Well done.
Good height on it too.
I think that's going to be so much a strike, getting that strike into the right spot, launch and spin being much better, angle of attack being much better there, Ben. And then obviously towards where I think you'll end up being in the really good ones. I genuinely think, add those launch conditions to the ball speed that we were seeing early on, 144.
Yep.
That's 260.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right on 260. So
And there was a time when I was hitting them that far inside.
yeah, definitely.
Just playing more golf now, not recovering as much.
I know. Well, good job, Ben. Sorry we didn't get to the wedges and get that credit. We'll get that another time. But thank you for coming in. Appreciate you making the drive up through the traffic, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Official decision. Striking off driver from the next Club Fitting Roulette. We're not doing a third driver in a row. It's fun. It's always fun doing driver, but
good pickup.
We obviously want you guys to see a variety of different club fitting services that we do, that people can benefit from. Maybe we just don't do the roulette part next time, Michael. Maybe we just offer it out.
What do you want to get for? Yeah, let's see if we can beat it.
Let's see if we can do that.
Cool.
Okay. Guys, hope you enjoyed it. $3,000 in the line next time. Club Fitting Roulette.
Big. I might come in for a fit.
I know. 6 months of your salary. That's a big deal. All right, guys, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.